Did you know the most important decision you make is actually which traveler you choose? Lumine and Aether have many differences in terms of HP, speed, attack strength, and fighting styles. Of course, that only matters if you plan to use the at worst D tier and at best C tier character, so choose wisely. Recently, I started getting back into Genshin, and its gacha mechanic has got me asking some questions. Some about how many pulls at a maximum, and money for that matter, would need to be used to get every character, and what the statistics would be to get a 5-star on every pull. To answer the latter, we would firstly need what would be the odds in order to get a 5-star character at 1 pity. Well, if we look at the in-game odds, there is a 0.6% chance to get a 5-star character, but that isn't the full story. If we look closer, or if you're more experienced with the game, you know there is a 50-50 system where assuming you win, you get the 5-star on the banner. But if you don't, you get one of originally 5 characters, which is now 7 with the inclusion of Sumeru's Tainari and Dea. Taking into account the math to roll every limited 5-star is pretty easy. Not including 50-50 losses, it makes the odds about a 0.3% chance. And times that by the amount of limited 5-stars, which is currently 30 as of version 4.4, and the odds look something like a 0.01% chance, or about 1 in 10,000. Wait, that seems a little high. Yeah, so my math was flawed. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do is convert that 0.3 to decimal, which is 0.003. And instead of multiplying, I need to times it by itself, making the equation 0.003 to the power of 30. Rookie error, I know. Okay, well doing the correct version of the calculation gives this number on screen, or odds of about 2 in 1 quadrivigintillion chance of happening. But we can take this further. See, Genshin has this thing called constellations, where if you pull multiples of a character, instead of just getting some star glitter, which is mainly used to buy more wishes, you can get a constellation, which gives some kind of boost or benefit to the character. To fully max out a character, you would need to pull them about 7 times. So let's do the calculation again, but instead the number of characters is 7 times what it was before. And yep, putting this into a calculator defeats it. But that didn't defeat me. So using a more specific calculator, I managed to come up with this number on screen. Which, if I tried to say this number out loud, I would probably suffocate myself. That number is the luck you would need as a player for about 210 wishes in a row to both be a 5-star and win the 50-50. Safe to say, no free-to-play will be that lucky. Alright, and now to answer my second question. How many pulls would be needed in order to guarantee every limited 5-star? The calculation for this also being quite simple as well. 180 pulls is the latest you can get a limited 5-star, and though odds say it will occur much earlier, with there being a higher chance of pulling a 5-star on your first pull compared to making it until 90 pity, for the sake of simplification and that big sweet juicy number, we are going to assume that you are just the most unlucky person, pulling 5-stars at 90 pity every time and losing the 50-50 roll every time, meaning 180 rolls to get your sweet beloved 5-star. Doing the fairly simple math, at least compared to the other question, gives 5400 fate, which when turned into Primo Gems is 86,400. From the shop, there is a 1-to-1 conversion from the paid Genesis crystals to the Primo Gems, which as stated earlier are in turn used to buy wishes. Doing more math, this would require 133 purchases of the largest Genesis crystal pack, which also requires the bonus for a first time purchase to still be there, which would cost a grand total of $21,278.67 Australian, or a US dollar conversion of about $13,298.67. Now again, we can take this further, as this is only for Constellation 0 of every character. So what is the total for Constellation 6 of every character? Doing the math nets us a total of 37,800 wishes, which is 6,048,000 Primo Gems, and 933 purchases of the highest Genesis Crystal bundle, which nets us a grand total cost of, get ready for it, $149,270.67 Australian, or $93,290.67 US. Realistically, that number is a stretch, with there being events, rewards, quests, and exploration bonuses adding to any free-to-play or non-free-to-play account, meaning realistically the numbers are inflated to a considerable degree, as well as what I stated earlier, where it's more unlucky to get a 5-star character on 90 pity compared to 1. This isn't to say people haven't spent close to this much on the game, with content creators going further than just purchasing characters, getting things like refinement level 5 on their weapons, and also giving back to their communities through giveaways and such. All this to say, how much you spend on the game should be based mainly on how much you can afford and how much that sweet anime booba is worth to you. Gamble responsibly. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed a different sort of a video. If you want more analysis sort of videos, feel free to like the video. If not, I'd like to hear your feedback below. My socials are down below as well, and as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!